Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for February 14th. We are going to look through the US-Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed lower today. Did close lower. We are looking for this pair to continue overall moving to the upside, although we have hit some areas of previous, as you can see here, previous resistance, so we could see this thing turn around. Just have to wait and see. Look for it to potentially go as high as 83.87, possibly as low as 82.71. Look for some resistance around 83.75, and look for some support around 83.00. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair gapped down significantly prior at the open and did retrace before closing lower. Look for this pair to potentially move down or move up to and hit resistance around 135.50, possibly moving down and hitting support at 134.25. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair created an inside bar over the last session. It did gap down, it retraced that gap, closed up. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 161.54, possibly as low as 159.07. Look for some resistance around 160.75 and look for some support around 159.50. Now the US Swiss, this pair is moving higher. It did close down. It did also create an inside bar. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 0.9801, possibly as low as 0.9635. Look for some resistance around 0.9775 and look for some support around 0.9675. Okay, now as far as news announcements go, we have the Bank of Japan releasing their rate decisions tomorrow, and the consensus on that one is that it will they're going to hold rates at 0.10%. We also have the pound releasing their consumer price index for January, being released at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it's moved a little bit higher from 3.7% to 4.0%. We also have the Eurozone releasing their gross domestic product for the fourth quarter at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that things have moved a little bit higher from 0.3% to 0.4%, which of course could be good news for the euro. Now at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the U.S. releasing their advanced retail sales for January. Consensus on that is that it's dropped a little bit from 0.6% to 0.5%. Well, that takes care of the news announcements. I do have several different things I'm looking at today, and let's just go through them real quick. We have in the US-Japanese yen pair, we have the strong day that moved very, very high, and then it moved higher again, hit some resistance. If it starts to move lower, this low, if it is taken out, would be a sign that it's going to move lower. If that happens, the next logical place for it to stop moving lower would be the high right here, basically looking to grab about 44 pips during this next session, 43 pips. If it moves lower, basically looking for a sell, come on down to here and then exit the trade. Use a 1-to-1 risk to reward on this particular one. Now the pound US dollar pair. This pair, if you zoom out a little bit, you can get a little bit better idea. You can see that we've had this pair has been moving higher over a good while. If you draw a trend line, let's zoom back in a little bit. If you draw a trend line here, you can see we tagged several different places, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now if we get a break to the downside of that trend line, we could see it move lower. Now what's interesting about that is when you zoom in, you can see that during today's session, the pound US dollar pair created an inside bar as well. If you want to just take a quick little grab out of the market, this would be the way to do it. Basically look for the break of the trend line to come on down to the previous session's low, grabbing about 30 pips out of the market. Now last but not least, we have the US Swiss. This pair has been moving high over the past couple of past several sessions, if you grab a Fibonacci retracement, there we go, and then grab your Fibonacci fan, basically put it on the same exact points. There we go. You can see that we have a box here that we can look at, basically looking for it to break down through here. If it breaks either one of these two lines I just drew, we look to go short, we look to sell. If it hits this blue line or this line, at that point we look to get out of the trade. So right here, sell. If it comes down to this point, we would look to buy back. Now if it takes an extra day, if it closes down, closes right here, and then the next day comes down and hits it, then you would exit at this point. So this setup allows for, as time goes by, if you're not right away, it helps get you out of the trade by moving the take profit up just a little bit at a time. Right now though, looking at about a 58 pip move over this next session. I hope that helps. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.